This is Utah Hustlers, the podcast to help you build your business to $10,000 a month. My name is Skylar Beindorp, and my mission is to help you achieve success, happiness, and freedom on your own terms. And being the first episode, let me give you the rundown. Some episodes will share the story of a Utah business owner and what they did to make their first $10,000 a month. Other episodes, I'll share what I've done to help me achieve success in business and the personal development that's required to become a successful person. So, if you want to build a successful business and a better you, stick around for episode 1 of Utah Hustlers. This is episode 1 of Utah Hustlers. As you can tell in the title, I'm here to tell you the actions I took to make my first $1,000 of profit in a day, which has a bit of a story to it. And as you may have noticed, this episode doesn't have a guest because before I bring anyone else on, I feel like you and I should get to know each other first. My name is Skylar Beindorp, born and raised in Utah, and from an early age, I knew I wanted to have my own business. Back when I was in high school, I knew I was an entrepreneur and that I always would be. My dad was running his own business, and I saw the life he was able to create for himself being an entrepreneur. I knew I wanted to make enough money that I didn't have to think or worry about it, and I wanted to have lots of time to spend with my future family creating memories together. So I asked the question, how do I do that? To make money, I need to start a business. But the question was, what business do I start? What do I do? And if I did know what to do, how do I start? Who would my customers be? There was this big lack of knowledge and how-to that I didn't have. Plus, anything I did think about starting seemed to require a bunch of money that I didn't have. And any money I did have, I was afraid to put it in the wrong idea or equipment or training and lose it all. As you might be able to tell, I had a bit of self-doubt. I struggled with self-confidence. I wouldn't stand up for myself. I wouldn't share my ideas. And I had a tough time believing that I could be a successful person. I'd often do what other people would recommend for me or just whatever came my way, including some of the different side hustles that I started. Some of those was a social media marketing agency, network marketing, flipping cars, selling GoPro accessories from eBay, window cleaning, flipping furniture. Now, I don't regret doing any of those things. I learned a lot, and I'm glad I did them because it taught me a lot and I was able to make money with it. And so with some of those, as I did start to make some money, I would feel guilty for asking for money. I felt that what I had to offer wasn't valuable or important enough to ask people to pay me. Because of that, I tried a lot of different things that I wasn't too excited about. And because of that, I never made it that far. So while I was learning to be an entrepreneur and create success for myself, I also needed a job to just pay for normal life. I worked at a ski resort. I did landscaping, snow plowing. I worked at Papa Murphy's Pizza and a lot of other places. Through all of this, I ended up getting married and divorced in a small period of time. And it was because of that I had a life reset. It made me ask myself, what do I actually want? And it all came back to the same thing, which was time and money. Money gets you time, time gets you money. And I had lots of time, but not a lot of money. So how do I get more money? I decided to go with the most profitable business I had started, which was window cleaning. I was living at home and I wanted to move into my own place and meet new people and start this new phase of my life. So I started Bright Sky Home Services, which was a window cleaning and home maintenance business. And this time around, I was a lot more successful than I had ever been before. And the reason for that is because I didn't give myself an option to fail. Because if I did fail, I would have to move out of an apartment that I had just moved into, tell everyone I couldn't do it, feel and look like a failure. I'd have to move back in with my parents, get a job somewhere I didn't want to work, answer to a boss that I didn't want to answer to. And before I would let any of that happen, I was prepared to use all of my savings so that didn't happen. So I was going to lose everything, essentially, if this didn't work. And because there was so much on the line and I had to win, things went good. I created time and money. During that time, I took lots of trips. I went to Colorado, Moab, San Diego, Goblin Valley. I took the winter off and went skiing and was living the life that I wanted to live. But I knew it wasn't everything that I wanted to create. Years before that, I had taken courses and trainings on speaking, coaching, mentoring, and that was something that was always in the back of my head as something I wanted to do. And the point where everything changed for me was when my brother Matthew said to me, I want to make money because of my mind, not because of my body, meaning manual labor. I then realized it's not servicing homes that I like, it's the business, it's creating, it's showing people how to win in life and business. So I decided to start coaching and create a podcast on how to build the best version of yourself, which is now turned into what this podcast is today. And since I started my business, I've generated well over $100,000 in profit. I have zero debt and have more time than ever before. And I've inspired a few other people around me to start their own businesses, and it's been super fun to see them win. Now, I want to share everything with you that I have found to be the keys to my success and why it all changed at that point. And it was first, I needed to commit to one thing, and I needed to learn how to do that one thing well. With that, I needed to figure out who I was doing it for and how to find those people. And by focusing on these concepts, I'm now making more money than I ever have, and I have more time than ever before. I've actually taken the last 2 winters off, and I'm planning on taking a third one off this year. It was no walk in the park. To get here, I had to try and fail at a lot of things. I had to go through a lot of tough life events, many of which I did not mention. But when they say a diamond is made out of pressure, or you have to fail your way to success, it's very true. And by learning from my mistakes and being consistent on my journey to success, I was able to learn what I wanted to do, how to do it, who my customers are, and how to start in a way that didn't require a bunch of money. And to add more to that, by achieving my goals, I built up my self-confidence, overcame limiting beliefs, and saw that I have a massive amounts of value to offer the marketplace and that it's okay to ask for money in exchange for that. I'd love to say I didn't have any help and I figured all this out on my own, but there was a lot of personal development seminars, courses, coaching, books, etc. that helped me in building myself and my business. And going back, it was when I had to win that I really paid attention to what others were saying. And it was at that point, back in 2021, that I made my first $1,000 a day. And not gonna lie, that felt really good. And I did it the next day too, and it felt even better the second time. So what did I do to get to that point? I like to keep things simple, so let's do that. As I was in that first year, I realized there was one thing I wasn't doing well, and that was marketing. And all marketing is making more people aware of your product and service. That's it. That's what marketing is. And I believe it's important to say that I never paid for ads or anything like that. All the marketing I did was free as far as money goes. So what did I do to market for free? Social media and KSL classifieds. Other than that, it was only word of mouth that got me new clients. Because what I did was I sat down and figured out how many clients I could service in a single day. And so I knew how many I could get, how many I could handle, and at what point I needed to hire someone else to help me with the service. So once I figured that out, I then started to post ads to KSL classifieds. And this is how I did it. For every service I had, I made a different post for that service. So one was window cleaning, one was screen cleaning, one was building screens for people, one was trimming bushes and hedges, one was cleaning out blinds, one was for Christmas lights. And I also looked at what other people were doing that was similar to what I was doing. I looked at the price they placed on their service, the word they used, the pictures they used, and I looked at how many clicks those people got. So the ads that got tons of clicks, I copied what works. That was the first way I marketed for free. And the second way, like I said, was social media. So I would post on my social media regularly, which told people I was still in business, I was still doing this, and I would post that on my business page, and then I would repost it onto my personal page. That way the people that were following it would see, and then everyone that was following me would see, because that was a much bigger audience than my business page. But I was consistent on that, and I made sure to use Reels, because Reels are great for finding new people in your audience to discover you. Now, a big component to me making that $1,000 a day wasn't just getting the amount of clients, but it was me getting very good at what I did and becoming very efficient at what I did. That way I could do more clients in a single day. So whatever your product or service is, you need to figure out how long it takes to sell your product or complete your service, and then see what is possible for you to do in a day. And if it doesn't make sense for you to actually make $1,000 in a day, you either need to raise your prices or you need to get faster at what you do. Maybe even both. Now, I don't want to leave you with only what I did, but I want to also give you action steps to take. So number one, if you're not already, I want you to get active on the most powerful marketing tool you have, which is social media. 2, find new ways to market your product or services online. And I want you to test those marketing platforms, which means put your ad everywhere you possibly can, and then ask the people that contact you how they heard about you. And then number 4, do more of what works. And then let me know what worked good for you. I want to know. Now, my whole goal for this show is to help you build your business to $10,000 a month and beyond. And my mission is to help you achieve success, happiness, and freedom on your own terms. And to do that, It's not just about knowing what you need to do, it's about taking the required action. So, throughout the whole podcast, I'll share everything you need to fuel your entrepreneurial journey. And if you want a hand on the implementation of these strategies, send me a message on social media or click the link in the show notes below. Let's chat for 50 minutes for free. If it's a fit, I'll change your life. If not, I'll guide you to other options for success. So together, let's go on an elevated journey of business and self-mastery. I know your goals are obtainable because others have done more with less, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. So don't wait until the next episode releases. Go create success by taking action today.